Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. So what I have been doing with the truck is going over my full mod overview, breaking it down piece by piece, just so it's a little bit easier for you guys to kind of understand everything on it. I'm doing separate videos on each part of the truck, so it's a little bit more palatable so you guys can get a better understanding. I can go into a little bit more detail as opposed to going around the entire truck and naming everything all in one video, which I've actually already done, but there has been a few updates since then. So I figured it was only right to just do these kinds of videos, break everything down, and let you know what's going on. So in this mod breakdown video, we are going to go over exterior as well as interior. There's not much interior, so I figured I would just kind of group it in with this video, go over everything as to what's going on this truck and what I've upgraded on the exterior and the interior. So the way I got this truck was completely stock. It's a 2015 F150 XLT trim. It also had the chrome appearance package. I am not a big fan of chrome, which I'm sure a lot of you are as well. So one of the first things I wanted to do was delete all of the chrome on the truck, get rid of everything, and kind of black it out in a way. It's just not my taste. I know it's personal preference, but for me, anytime I get any chrome on any one of my cars, it always gets deleted. So let's start up front and kind of work our way around. So the main thing that you guys see up front here is the grille. I had the chrome appearance package, as I mentioned. It was a chrome slatted grille. It had many more slats than this one. So one of the first things I wanted to do was remove that. I got this. This is the Red Rock 4x4 gloss black grille. It is a very, very nice looking grille. I apologize, the truck is very dirty, but it is a really clean looking OEM type of grille that really cleaned up the overall appearance of the truck, and just doing that alone was a huge change. I was really happy with the fitment. Everything fits exactly like stock. It has all of the tabs and everything that you need to properly get the air ducting behind there on and everything. I had no issues, and this has been on for over 10,000 miles now, and it's held up very, very well. So as you can see on the grille as well, I upgraded the badges. Those were the normal chrome and blue ovals, but I upgraded to really nice OEM badges that were painted a satin black back with a gloss black forward. I have the same one on the back on the tailgate, and that really kind of made this truck look so much more menacing. The stock ones do look very nice, but with what I got going on in the truck, I think it fits very, very well. Now, as for the bumper, you guys just kind of saw me do this. This is an OEM paint matched bumper. So the color on the truck is tuxedo black, and I got an OEM bumper to match that. So if you zoom in, you can kind of see the metallic and the flake in the paint, which matches exactly on the rest of the truck. I used to have the chrome bumper that I got the bumper shells and just put right over it. However, I wasn't a big fan of it because it's just a normal gloss black. There was no metallic in it. It didn't match. So it really clashed with the overall paint. So when the truck was very, very clean, especially on the sides, you were able to really tell the difference, and that always bothered me a lot. So really happy I found an OEM paint match front bumper. I actually did a full install on that, so if you guys want to see that install, go check that out. But that was definitely a huge change as well. Down here, very minor, but I changed over to the black OEM tow hooks. They used to be the chrome ones, as I mentioned, the chrome appearance package. So I got rid of those and bought these. These things were really cheap. I found them on eBay. I think they were like 30 bucks or so. But again, it's one of those things that makes a really big difference in the overall picture. Now, obviously for lighting and everything, I'm going to go over a whole entire video on that, but that really does make a difference as well. Those are the Morimoto XB LED headlights. I'll go over a whole video of all the lighting on the truck, but I figured I'd mention them real quick because obviously those stand out a lot, and that really does change the appearance of the truck. Now let's move over to the side of the truck. Not much has been done here, but there has definitely been some updates to really make it look the way it does, so I'm going to go over them. Real quick, I upgraded the antenna. I really don't like the long metal floppy antennas, especially when I'm pulling into my garage. It always hit the top part of the garage and wobble back and forth, so I got a shorty antenna. Has a little carbon fiber accent there. It works very well. I forget the size of this. I think this is about 10 inches or so. Works well, and I think it really cleans up the look. Now if we move down here, these are F150 badges, obviously. I would have completely deleted them if there wasn't for holes behind there, but since there was, I had to put something there. So I just picked up the same exact ones that were on there, but in black. They are a matte black finish, look really good. They've been on there for over a year, 10,000 miles, and they've held up very well. Really simple install. I did a video on that, of course, so if you want to go check out that, be sure to see the video install on that. Okay, again, truck is very, very dirty, bear with me, but I also upgraded the mirror caps. These were the normal plasticky feeling like this, but I wanted to match everything and give it a little bit of a contrast, so I got the gloss black mirror caps. I think it looks really, really good. Obviously, you can't really tell right now since it is so dirty, but it's one of those things that, again, the details kind of brings in the whole entire picture, and I think it looks really good when it is clean. I did the same thing with the door handles as well. You can kind of see the chrome behind there. These are just caps that go right over the chrome handles, much like I did when I did the first front bumper with just the bumper shells. These things go right over the OEM stock handles. Really simple install. I would like to eventually upgrade to some OEM blacked out handles. I know they came on different trim levels, so I might just get those. But these have been holding up all right, and it was a really simple kind of quick fix. So decided to go with those, and again, they've held up very, very well after all this time. Man, I'm pretty embarrassed to see how dirty the truck is right now, but so be it. These side steps, I just actually upgraded these. I've been running no side steps for quite a while. It came with the OEM chrome side steps. Again, wasn't a big fan of them, so I took them off and I ran nothing on there for quite some time. Then I recently just upgraded to these since I have 3 small kids. My wife, they're obviously all much smaller than me, and they always had a little bit of a struggle getting into the truck. I always had to help them up. It's not that high, it's not lifted or anything crazy, but even so, they're much smaller, so I figured I would at least get something on there to help with that. I really did like the amp research ones, but I didn't want to deal with electrical and the potential of those breaking and everything. Plus, they're $1,500, I believe. So I wanted something as simple as possible, really close to the body, and something that was just easy to install. So I picked up these Go Rhino D6 side steps. Really, really nice. I absolutely love the way these things turned out. They're not overly in your face. They kind of fit the overall aggression of the truck, and it really does help. Now, as you can see, they're very, very close to the frame of the truck, whereas the other ones were much lower, and these do not limit the overall clearance, whereas the stock ones were much lower, and you really had to watch out where you're going. So overall, really happy with these. They have been a huge help. I don't hear any complaints from my wife and kids anymore. They're able to get in and out much easier. So overall, very pleased with the Go Rhino side steps. Now for the rear, there really hasn't been much done, but let's go over it. The badges I did mention, I have the same one up front on the grille. Is the satin back backing with the gloss black Ford logo. Really, really cleaned everything up. I also debadged the F150 logo here. I don't like badges on any of my vehicles. If I'm able to remove them and there's no holes, I always take them off. I think it just looks much cleaner. I also, up here, I wrapped the tailgate handle in gloss black vinyl. I couldn't find a handle that was able to just completely replace it, so I just threw some vinyl on there in the meantime, and to my surprise, it's held up very, very well, so I kind of just left it. Otherwise, it stands out so much with just the chrome handle there. I had some vinyl laying around, so it was a really quick fix that I was going to replace eventually, but I kind of just forgot about it, and it still looks great, and so I might as well just keep it. Now, as for the back, I could not find an OEM paint matched rear bumper, so what I did was the bumper shells. It's the same ones that I had on the front bumper when I originally did it. These go right over the stock bumpers, so it's a really simple install. They just stick right on top of it. These are by Bumper Shells by Ecological. They just stick right on. Fitment is fantastic, and it really, really changes the appearance in a couple of minutes, so it's very, very simple install. It tucks up very, very well underneath all of the plastic trim, so there's no chrome showing at all, even around the side or anything, so there's no chrome showing whatsoever. So if you're looking for a quick fix that is not expensive at all, I think these things were like $120 or so, I definitely recommend picking some up. Now, obviously, wheels and tires, those things really do stand out on the truck. I just did a video on that going over all the details, but I'll go over it real quick. These are Fuel Rebels. The wheels, tires are Nitto Ridge Grapplers in 33 by 12.5 by 20. If you are interested in hearing much more details about these, be sure to check the video in the top right corner. I go over all of the details and everything you need to know to get these to fit properly. All right, so I had to move to a different spot since I was in the way. Didn't want to cause any trouble. So what I want to go over real quick as well is the interior. Not many modifications, but I figured I'd go over them since I don't want to do a separate video. It would be too short. The tint up front is just 20% tint to match the rears. The rears are from factory, so I just wanted to match it. The tint is by 3M, so it's pretty simple, nothing crazy. It's not ceramic or anything like that, but it gets the job done, and it just looks so much better with the fronts done. I upgraded the steering wheel. I actually just recently did this. This is a Faction Fab full genuine leather steering wheel, so really, really nice. I used to have a different brand on here that ended up looking nice, but it just did not last at all, and I was really not a big fan of it overall since it just started deteriorating and everything. But Faction Fab, fantastic. Really, really nice looking steering wheel. I'm very happy with it. Fitment is fantastic. I'm actually happier with this fitment than the other one. So if you are looking for a nice steering wheel for your truck, highly recommend it. I also have some carbon trim on here that just sticks on over the stock trim. I've kind of been indifferent about it, but it's been on for so long that I've gotten used to it and I don't mind it as much anymore. I also upgraded the steering wheel badge as well. It's just a vinyl decal. I actually did a whole video on how I did that, since a lot of people always ask me how do I do that and not have any chrome trim showing. So if you're interested in seeing how that's done, check out the video in the top right corner. Now, as for radar, I've been running this in all of my cars for quite some time. This is a Uniden R7. Very, very happy with it. The range on this thing is pretty darn insane. They just came out with the R8, I believe, so I may pick that up and try it out. I also wanted to try out the new Valentine as well. I used to have the Valentine 1 years and years ago. And a lot of people have been saying the new Valentine is very, very good as well. But this thing is fantastic. I have it mounted up on a mirror mount, so it attaches behind the mirror. I did a whole video on this as well, of course. Also for power, I tapped into the mirror harness, so there's no wires hanging down or anything. It's a really, really clean setup, and I'm very, very happy with it. So someone's looking for a really nice radar that has really good range, I could not recommend the Uniden R7 enough. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap up the modification video of the exterior and interior of my F-150. As you guys can tell, it's really not too much. It's just things here and there. It's just to change the overall details and the overall grand picture. And I think with everything together, really, really changes up the look. And I've been so pleased with how this thing turned out. I had a vision in my head for many years of what I would want my truck to look like. And here you go. This is exactly what I have been envisioning for many years, and I'm so thrilled with it. Real quick, the taillights, that is just temporary. You guys know I have ran the Morimoto Gen 1s on there. I have the Gen 2s on order, so I'm waiting for them to come in. And I have since sold the Gen 1s, so I had to run the stock ones. They are annoying the heck out of me, but those will be updated very, very shortly once those come in. But overall, that is everything on my F-150. Just changing the overall appearance in terms of the chrome to black was a huge, huge change. It really brought this truck into the modern century. A lot of people are surprised to hear that this is a 2015 with 71,000 miles. A lot of times when people do see my truck and videos and pictures and everything, they ask me, when did I get a new truck? I thought you had the old one. And I'm like, nope, that's the exact same truck that you guys have been seeing since the beginning. Just all these changes really kind of changed it overall and made it look that much better. So if you guys have any questions at all about anything on the exterior or interior of my F-150, please be sure to leave them in the comments below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.